Right, and hello, you lovely people out there on the interwebs. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. It's always a good day when I'm doing a video for YouTube. So, hope everyone's great out there. I'm sorry for not talking at the beginning of this video. I was having a really bad day that day, so I wasn't gonna portray that on film. So, I didn't talk for quite a bit of this, so there'd be a little bit of a lull in this video. I do apologise for that. But yeah, here we go on the fifth part on this rebuild abandoned V6. So, hope you enjoy the video. Let's get to it. Hi again, it's me. Right, again, I apologise for not explaining what I'm doing here. At this point of time, I'm showing you the bearing caps or shoes or bearings, whatever you want to call them. But in my hand now is an envelope, and inside the envelope, I think they're called thrust bearings. And the reason I'm talking now and telling you this because I don't explain what this is and I don't show you where I put this. Now, the very top of your screen is the fourth channel, and on the fourth channel you can sort of see like a lip. Excuse me, sorry. You can see sort of a lip on the inside facing you. Well, on the opposite side of that fourth channel is a groove where this thrust bearing sits. So, just wanted you to know. Hi again, sorry, again, right at this point of the clip, I've already put that thrust bearing in. It's at the very top of your screen, but sort of facing behind it. So it's facing us, but behind the top of your screen, behind that horseshoe shape. Right, again, all I did here was just, I heated up a screwdriver, or you could use a bit of metal, anything that you can poke a hole with. I just heated it up enough to burn through the plastic of this lid. So it just gave me a bit of control over the oil that was coming out. Right, again, you lovely people, I do apologise for this clip, but I had a really bad phone call again. Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, so you get to see my back all the way through this clip. I do readjust myself when I realise what I've done. So again, I just like to say sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. But all I'm doing here is the main crankshaft, and the main crankshaft has to be as smooth as everything else. But where it's been sitting in my shed for so long, of course it's got a lot of surface rust on it, a little bit of pitting here and there, and a lot of dirt all over it. It may not look like that on the camera, because the camera's very forgiving, but there was quite a bit of what I'd say surface rust on it. So I'm using a very aggressive 250 grit. It's wet and dry. So yeah, I'm using that with the gearbox oil again, so it gives me a bit of a lubricant. And I'm just going through every channel. Again, I didn't film every single one of them. I just tried to film one or two. But like I said, I apologise for this first clip. I literally just got off the phone. It was a really bad phone call. So yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, you lovely people, this is the cradle or the carrier for the crankshaft. So what I'm going to do is just going to be using a drill with a wire brush on the end of it, just to get going around there. So big noises.
lovely people. All I've got is just some generic steel wool. It's not too harsh, but it's not too fine either, so I'm just going to get cracking with this stuff. The one reason I'm using wire wool is because in these grooves you've got some sealant, and that's basically all the sealant you need is just in these grooves here. I don't know if you can see them. You've got a groove there, groove there, groove there, and a groove here. So I just want to get silicone out with the wire wool just so it's not so harsh. And you can just make the wire wool form into the shape you want, and then in the end you should be able to scrape this out without like digging into it with like a screwdriver or something like that. You don't want to do that. And then you've probably seen me in other videos use wire wool and similar things, so it's very effective. You may have to stand here a while when doing it, and I still might have to dig it out, but it does get most of it out. You know what I think what happens is, I think the brush on the wheel, on the drill, sorry, the wire brush on the drill, I think it heats it up to the point where it re-sticks, so it makes it quite difficult to get it out. So yeah, that's why I tend not to use that so much on these bits. But then again, I might get I've got a wire brush for the drill, but a sideways wire brush instead of like a downward one. It's like sideways, so I might go and get that. Make this job a bit easier. So I'll bring you straight back. Loud noises. end caps going in, by the way. I'm sure other people call them other things. I mean, like I said, I'm not an expert. Please don't quote me on any of these. But I know them to be shoes. But people call them bearings, people call them caps. But these are the big end ones, bottom end. So I'm just getting these in, ready. So once I've done all the pistons and the crankshaft, I can just literally put this on. All I've got to do is put a bit of sealant around where I took it out, as you see. So I just got to put a bit of sealant around there, a bit of sealant around there, a bit of sealant around here, and a bit of sealant around there. And that should be more than enough to keep the oil out. Also, when I'm doing these, I try and keep them level. So what I do, I pop the shoulders in first, like the ones with the little notch taken out. So I pop them in first and try and keep them level, and then I push down more on this side, so then it sort of stays level. So I'm sure the caps that go over it will sort that out anyway. It's just what I do. So right, now that's that done, I'm going to get cracking on with the pistons. So I'll bring you lovely people straight back. Right, again, you lovely people, I paused it here just so I can explain a little bit more, and I do apologise for not explaining on the video. But what I'm doing here is I'm getting the bottom shoes on for the pistons and trying to get them up to the camshaft. I do explain this in another clip, but I just wanted to make it clear. When I was doing this, I thought I had all 6 caps for the pistons, and what it means is that they are unique to each pistons. Again, I do explain this, but what it means is they don't cut them, they break them. So they can only go back to where they've come from, basically. So like when you break a bit of plastic or you break a bit of metal and it's all jagged and you put it back together and it looks like it's seamless again, but it's not. You get the same effect with these pistons. So when you tighten them down, you'll see a line where they meet each other, but when you torque them down, that line should disappear. So I just wanted to explain that for you. Right, okay, lovely people. I stopped filming for one reason. On these pistons, when you see me doing this, all their caps, these caps that go to the pistons, they split them apart, they break them, so then they're unique. Do you know what I mean? Like the brake can only go to the other brake. You can't mix them up. So that's one of the reasons why I stopped filming. But as you can see, they're all on. And there was another drama. Another reason why I stopped filming. I couldn't find number 6. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I went looking because I was going to call this film done basically. Because if I couldn't find number 6, I don't know what I would have done. So luckily I found number 6. It's all done. It's all in. I haven't torqued any of it down, because I want to stick the carrier on first, torque that down, and then I can get to the pistons and torque them down and everything else, and everything should be rosy. So when I get to that point, I'll bring you lovely people straight back. My apologies, I did forget as well to say I will be RTing it, whatever you want to call it, instant gasket. I'm going to be putting instant gasket around there, around there, around there, around there. I'm going to let it go off a little bit, as they say, just let it go, what, 5-10 minutes, let it go a little bit hard, and then I'll whack that on straight onto that. So like I said, once I've done that and I've got it torqued down and everything's fine, I'll bring you lovely people straight back. Right, okay, lovely people, there you go, all back together. So I'm at the stage now where I need to flip it around and get it moving, get it turning, because I know the tolerance is going to be tight, because it's been sitting around for years. I mean, it really has, years. So fingers crossed when I turn it over, and I can either turn it by hand or try and crank it with a pole or something. I'm going to make something up to go on the end of this. So I might weld something, you know, with a great big lever on it. So then at least I can move it backwards and forwards and try and free it up. But I want to get to the stage where, if you guys remember, I did a Ford Focus ST22.
Sorry again, it wasn't an ST22 engine, because that's a Mondeo Mark III engine. What I meant to say was it was a Focus ST225 engine. That's what I meant to say.
And I basically got it to a stage where I could put a starter motor on it. So then what that allowed me to do is basically wear it in without anything overcooking, really. I could let the starter motor turn, and then I could just feed oil to it. So it's nice and easy, keeps it nice and safe and simple. So I can basically bed it in before I even get it in the car. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it around, get ordered the gaskets. Like you know, I haven't got a lot of money. It takes me a while to get parts. I mean, it's took me like 3 months to get these shoes or bearings, whatever you want to call them. So it's took me a while. So yeah, it's going to take me a while to get a gasket kit. I mean, gasket kits are not cheap for these engines. So yeah, and I've also got to find an oil pump. I don't know if the oil pump I've got is any good. Again, it's been living in the garden for I don't know how long, so I doubt if that's any good. I'll have to replace that. Obviously timing chains as well, they're money. Head bolts, stuff like that, it all adds up. It's stuff I haven't got. So I'm trying to do this, as you know, on a budget, and I'm using parts that I've already got and accumulated basically. So yeah, some parts obviously I got to buy. I can't odds that, like the bearings. But other parts I can source from what I've got in here or what I've got in the garden. But unfortunately, the stuff in the garden is probably near enough ruined by now. It's just been in there way too long. So yeah, and that's where most of my heads are. One of my heads that I've done, it's already been gas flowed and skimmed. It's up in the loft waiting to go on this engine, so I only needed to do one more. So I've got 3 heads sitting out there, and I'll basically take them all down to my mate down Baldines and get him to check all 3 of them and see which one's good. Whatever one's good out of the 3, I'll get him to gas flow it and skim it. So that's where I'm at the moment. I hope you've enjoyed this part. I know it's dragging on a bit, but yeah, stay safe, be kind to each other and take care. Give them big thumbs up, leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe. I'm really lacking in the subscribe side of it, so please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So you all take care out there, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.